How you doing? This is Tom from Ninja MLM. I just wanted to show maybe some newbies out there how to create, like say, a banner for a website or a blog. So anyway, choose the dimensions that suit you. One common dimension is 780 by 321 pixels. There's different, dimensions you can use. Just go around, look out there. I'm using a free program here called Paint.net. You don't really need Photoshop or anything expensive to do that. This is a free program. But you can use whatever image editor you like. It doesn't really matter, as long as you know how to use it. So over here, I'm resizing the default image to 780 by 321 to give me somewhat of a banner shape. And it's the same thing if you want to do like a Facebook, like that top image that they have. Just get the right dimension from the site and make it those dimensions. And that's all you need to do to start. So anyway, what I have here is, I should have had this open. Okay. So I have a bunch of images here. I just downloaded a few. You should probably use images that you have rights to for this. By either buying them from a stock image site or something like that, or taking your own. I'm just using these for demo purposes. So anyway, so I just downloaded a bunch of yogurt pictures. Say you have a yogurt website, just for lack of anything better. So you want to put them into the banner. So I have a bunch of yogurt images, and here's one for making yogurt. So I'm going to open that with Paint.net. So this is a quick, easy way to create, say, a collage type banner. If you have more artistic capabilities, feel free to totally do your own artwork. So here, I selected it with this select tool here, this rectangle select. And then I'm going to edit, copy. That copies that into the clipboard. Now up here on the upper right, you can see both images open are there. So I'm going to go back to the original, and I'm going to now paste it in. I'm just going to do paste. I'm not going to bother with new layer or anything like that. So here it is. Now it says, do you want to expand the canvas? Now I don't want to expand. I want to keep the canvas size. You don't want to change the shape. So now obviously this image is way too big. All you do is take in the corner and resize it. Now the only thing here is that while you have this image selected, you have to decide what size you want it to be. Okay? Unless you're going to go the more complex layering route, but this is what I do for a collage. I get that. Now if I quickly, I don't know if this is going to, okay, it's still selected. I look at the overall shapes here that I have, and they're usually square. Some are a little bit rectangular on the high end there. This one on the wide end. But most of them are pretty square. So I'm going to have to stick with somewhat square shapes to resize these things at. So that much I know. So I'll take this one. I'm going to take the yogurt making ones and maybe make that one the biggest. Simple reason, maybe I'm making a site on how to make yogurt, just this changes for, whatever you're doing. So now you have a bunch of different yogurt pictures here, so I'm just going to open, I'm not going to use all of them. So here you're going to select it again. Now you could select any portion of this picture you want. Say you want to go a little smaller here. You just want the bowl. There you go. Copy. Back to the original, or the working image. I just selected in there once to, cement the other one. Paste. So here you go. There. Okay. So it's just repeat the process for whichever ones you want. So say I want this one. Open with paint.net, rectangle select. Choose the image. Say I don't like that. I want to start over. Click somewhere to reset it. Copy. Back to the original. You can use keyboard shortcuts to copy and paste. I'm using the menu for demonstration purposes. So here, this one's a little big. You're going to want to resize it. And you could resize it any way you want. It's going to distort it. You kind of want to keep it in the same aspect ratio as the original, maybe. But you don't have to. So now this one overlaps a bit. I'm going to make it a little smaller. And say I want it to be the same size as that one. It still looks pretty good. So now back here. So now I don't know. I got the fruity mixed one. Say I'll take this one here with the open fruit. Now this one's pretty big. Now you don't have to take the whole thing. You can just say take the money shot there. It's still going to be large. Going to have to resize it. Paste. Keep canvas size. Now the good thing is the borders will show no matter how large this thing is. So you just grab it and you resize it, you move it around. It'll show you where the borders are. You just keep downsizing it until it's the size you need. So you could use like any size image you want here. You can see this one's really, really big. So it's good for the demonstration. It shows you that you can use whatever you want. So I'm struggling here. Here we go. So I'm getting to the point where it's manageable. Okay, so now it actually looks good. So this one's going to have to go a little smaller if I want to maintain that aspect ratio. And it's pretty much the aspect ratio of the original. So what do we got left? This one might work. Maybe this action shot. This one pretty much fits. Now, you can overlap. I mean, you can do things like this because it's a collage. But say you want to be really neat, you don't want to overlap too many of the originals. Maybe you want to overlap. You see the little over here, how this one's slightly larger. There's that little tiny bit of inconsistency there. You can hide things like that by just making it a little bigger. So there you go. Let me just I don't know, you might want to make this one. Sometimes it's hard to get it good without, you know. So that looks pretty good, I think. And again, you can, you know, play with it, redo it, whatever you want. So now, say I want to put some text. You can select the text tool here. And now, yeah, I guess you got to be willing to write over these things. So up here you've got your font selector. So say I want, I don't know, this Blade Runner theme, just whatever. And I want to use a large font. And now also over here you see the colors. You've got the text color. So I don't know. Will black look good on this thing? I don't know. White is probably going to conflict with some of these white parts. You choose colors, but I find that colors a lot of times don't work. So let's just try black. Again, you could do whatever you want. There's really no right or wrong here. It's just however you want it to look. So, okay. Let me figure out what I'm going to write. Type. Oop, that's no good. This is the part that if it's going to give you a problem, it's going to be this. Sometimes when you type, I find in Paint.net and other programs, it doesn't... You're typing away and there's nothing showing up. So, what did I do here? Clicking around, go back to this, go back to this. It's still nothing. Let me save this file. I'm going to save it as, let's go back to demo. Sorry, I expected. Alright, I'll save it as a PNG for now. So, demo banner. So now let's see if we get anywhere. Still nowhere. Oh boy, I hate when this happens. You know, you're trying to do a demo here. This happened to me last week. I'm not sure why it happens. Sometimes you got to click around. Come on. I'm not sure what the magic formula is here. I know that okay, I paused it for a second. I think I found what I was doing. You see this strawberry splashing into this milk or whatever? This was still active. When I put the text on there, I saw the text, but nowhere else. So what I did was, I took the rectangle select tool and I just clicked outside of that active, that last image where I pasted it, so that it like cemented itself into the picture. So now when I click anywhere, see, you can see the letters. So that's just a quick. Yeah, sometimes it creeps up and you come into a little problem like that. You have to click around and the solution usually presents itself. It's just a little awkward when you're trying to do a demo here and something like that happens. So I don't really like that font. So I'm going to try, I don't know, let's try this one. It doesn't really matter. So, again, you can do whatever you want here. This is just a demo. So you see, I've got my letters. And again, you can play around with the style, the color, whatever. So once that's together, all you need to do, I had saved this to a demo banner.png file before. So you can just now save it. Save as if you want to save... you don't want to save the image with these letters. In other words, I saved it without the lettering. So say you may want to change that writing without having to redo this whole thing. You would do a save as. And maybe call this one letters. So there you go. So now you could take this image. This is a PNG file. You can save it to a JPEG or whatever you want. you could take this file and now you can use this on something like a Facebook page or a Google Plus page. Again, you have to have the right dimensions for whatever the page you're using is. You know, some of them like Facebook and Google, they're very specific as to the dimensions that they allow. Again, you know, as long as you're not going up or down too much, you can resize the image without having to redo it, so that you can use it. You could use it in a WordPress blog, something like that, a website. So there you go. There's a nice quick way to do a banner image, and it didn't really take that much time, and the tools were free. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll try to do others as I think up other things that might help newbies out there who might be scratching their heads as to you know, how to do little things like this without having to hire an outsourced person. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Look around my site, ninjamlm.com, and have fun. Take care.